Well, hi there. My name is Mrs. Cowgill, and I'm one of the school counselors at John Adams Middle School. I'd like to tell you a little bit about John Adams, about required classes, a little preview to some elective classes, but most importantly, I want to talk about myself because I love talking about me. So you heard it right. My name is Cowgill. That's my name. It's a phonetic word, meaning when you look at the word cowgill, you pronounce it exactly as you see it. So the first syllable of my name is cow. It's pronounced cow, and the second syllable of my name is gill. You know, like how a fish breathes. So it literally is cow gill. So you see where the little red arrow is pointing to the fish's gill. So I'm cow gill, not cowfish. Definitely not cowfish or goldfish, and definitely not cowgirl. No, I'm not a cowgirl. There's two different types of letters in the alphabet. There's vowels and there's consonants. And the consonant letter R in cowgirl is not in my name, which is cowgill. I tell you, every time I work on a Google document, it tries to hard correct a cowgirl every time I write my name, but it's not. It's cowgill. I'm not a cowgirl. I don't know how to ride a horse. I'd much prefer to drive my BMW. Okay, so cowgill is also a compound word. A compound word is when you put two words together and poof, you get another word. So the first syllable cow, the second syllable gill, you put them together and you get cowgill. So my name is a compound word, or I guess you could call it a compound name. Here are a few of my favorite compound words. My most favorite compound word, eyeball. It's kind of creepy. So I work at John Adams Middle School, and I'm going to be your school counselor. A lot of you might be asking, like, what is a school counselor? We've never had one of those before. So it's easy kind of to tell you what I'm not. So I'm not a principal, though that would be kind of tempting. I could be the boss of everyone. It doesn't sound so bad. I'm not a teacher. I used to be a teacher a long time ago. I used to teach math, but not a teacher. I don't work in the cafeteria. You would not want to eat my food. I'm not a very good cook. And I'm not a school bus driver because I have too many speeding tickets. So I'm a school counselor. And you might be asking, what does a school counselor do? Well, I can tell you. A school counselor helps kids with school stuff, friend stuff, and home stuff. Anything dealing with school. Schedules, teachers, classes, anything dealing with friendship issues. Sometimes there's misunderstandings and fights. And then finally, anything that's concerning you, having to do with any difficulty at home, I can help you with that too. I'm your person. But for now, we're just going to stick with school stuff. So here's the John Adams Middle School website. That's my principal in kind of the bottom right-hand corner of the page. Boys and girls, don't fear. Dr. Richardson does not have a blue tattoo of a circle with a white arrow in the middle of it on his forehead. That's just something on the website that you press on it and Pete says something. Anyway, at John Adams Middle School, there's two types of classes. There's required classes and elective classes. So we're just going to talk about required classes today. Required classes are the classes you have to take because grown-ups say you have to. So for Edison kids, that is math 3 days a week, and 3 days a week because we have block scheduling. You go to your math teacher in their own math class, and you take math 3 times a week. Then you have science. You'll take science 3 times a week. You have a different teacher for science in their very own science classroom. You have that class 3 times a week. Immersion kids get to take a class called English Language Arts where you can keep up on your English skills. It's also 3 times a week. There's also PE, which is physical education, where you get to wear a very stylish uniform that's flattering on everyone. And that class is 3 times a week. Then finally, there's a class called Humanities. Now, you might be wondering, what is that? Well, you take it now with your teachers. Humanities is a combination class of language arts and social studies. So you already take those classes. Your humanities class is going to be in Spanish. So you'll have Spanish grammar and Spanish and history taught in the Spanish language. I had to think about how to say that. So those are your classes as an immersion student at John Adams Middle School. And finally, the other type of class is called electives. Now, you see the guy dangling from the cliff. This is a literary terminology called a cliffhanger, where I'm just going to give you a little bit of information and kind of leave you wanting more. So elective classes are all the fun stuff. Elective classes are things like music, choir, band, orchestra. Okay, maybe you're not musical. Art, then. You could take an art class. Okay, you're not artistic. How about engineering or coding? So those are the elective classes, and I'm going to come back in the spring, in either late February or early March, with a real live 8th grader who actually went to Edison. And we're going to talk to you more about elective classes, and that 8th grader is going to field all the questions for you, because I think that kids are a little bit more honest than adults. So I'm going to bring a real life 8th grader formerly from Edison. It's better than bringing a real dead 8th grader. Okay, so anyway, if there's any questions you have that your teacher can't answer, please email me. I'm only an email away. I usually get back to kids within 2 days. And I'm so excited. I love talking about John Adams Middle School, and I love talking about me. And I love talking to all my germ students. So yeah, you are a germ student, not because you're germy or anything, but because GERM stands for Grant, Edison, Rogers, and Muir. So I love talking to my germ students about John Adams Middle School. I can't wait to see you again next semester. Have a wonderful winter vacation, and stay tuned. Goodbye.